Hi friends, strangers, internet. I am here today with a makeup playtime. This look is created with one of the new Devinah candy Xploders and one of the new Devinah Multichromes along with some Sydney Grace shadow. And I just wanted to let you all know that I'm a little bit of a rambly, low energy, nervous, slightly emotional person in this video. I perhaps revealed some parts of myself that, if you can't tell from my body language alone right now, that I'm not sure if I want to put out there in the world, but if you're seeing this video, then I made the choice to put it out there. If you'd like to join me in the adventure of doing my first ever cut crease eye look, just please keep on watching. I am on the mission to use up this Dr. Jart BB cream. It's definitely not the right shade for me, and I really just want it out of my collection. So how is everyone doing this week? I am recording this on Friday night. To be totally honest, I don't even know where this week has gone. The last 48 hours of my life, I have been more or less held hostage in my apartment due to kitchen plumbing issues. Without kind of flooding my whole place, I basically couldn't leave the kitchen sink unattended for more than about an hour to an hour and a half at a time. And finally, it is all taken care of, but it was fairly stressful for me. Without getting too open and honest on the internet, having people in my apartment, I don't know, it stresses me out. And I guess by people I mean especially like my landlord and my super. I have valid reasons and other shit, but just the whole thing was stressful. It did help me do a little summer cleaning in my apartment, so that's a bonus, but it's just been like a stressful and kind of exhausting couple of days. At the same time that all the crap that happened with the sink happened, I also found out that this freelance gig that I was like 97% sure I had went down to like 85% sure I had, and it just felt a little bit like, okay world, you're gonna kick me a little bit while I'm not feeling great. You know, in the scheme of everything, nothing was terrible. It's, I think, working itself out, the freelance situation. For a solid like 36 hours, just been stressed. In that way that just makes me want to sit around and eat junk food and nap. And not that I don't have those tendencies 95% of my life, but when shit's all like undetermined and there's just lingering anxiety in the air or in me, it's really hard to like get things done. Am I getting a little too real for like somebody on the internet? I don't know, but I made it through that, and there's a lot there with like shame and guilt and working through that and things that I don't have the mental capacity to really proficiently discuss, but that's what I've been swimming through. Since I've already been a little raw and honest, I will say I love the idea of filming like chatty get ready with me. I love the idea of them, and then I just had this realization of like, I'm pretty boring. I mean, I feel boring. Like, oh yeah, let me do like a chatty video. And then when I record, then I slide into like tutorial mode, and I realize part of that is because I don't know how much chatter I have to fill a video. When I set up all the recording stuff, I thought I had gotten over this like funk feeling that I had. And as I'm trying to talk to the camera, I'm like, oh no, you're still there. You're still there. I feel like I'm pretty low energy in videos already, and I think today I'm like, womp womp womp. On to the fun stuff. Makeup. Eye makeup. One of the little treats of this week is I got a few packages in from Sydney Grace and Devinah. So Sydney Grace is one of those brands that I've never personally tried because I love green. I grabbed 3 shadows from Sydney Grace. So we have 2 mattes and a shimmer. And then the other collection that I was shopping from was from Devinah Cosmetics. So they launched this candy Xploders themed single eyeshadow collection with like a Willy Wonka theme, which I just love. I love the theme before I even saw the shadow, and I was like, yes, I am in. And then I saw the shadows and I was just all the way in. So the concept with the Xploders are they're like duo or multi-chrome shadows that don't have a dark base. They also launched these like pressed multi-chromes, your more traditional multi-chrome with a dark base. I got these, the top 3, and this are the sugar shifters, and that is one of the multi-chrome. Basically, we have a bunch of beautiful shadows. Since I don't seem to have many chatty topics, has anyone picked up any fun purchases lately? Whether it's something that's like brand new to market or something that's been around for a while that you're just discovering now, let me know. I can live vicariously through your purchases. Yeah, I gotta rein myself back on my spending. I had a little like splurge of spending. I have some shadows coming from Beauty Escapes, which I found through Angela Marie Tanner, and then I have these Devinah and Sydney Grace shadows. So I got a little out of hand there, and gotta rein it back in. I've also been enjoying doing palette bingos and encouraging myself to kind of go back to my collection and see what's happening in there. Going in with the second matte green from Sydney Grace. So yeah, so I went a little bit ham with some purchases. So right now I am blending and my mirror is pretty far away. I'm trusting the universe, at least from my right eye, that this looks okay. And then I will check in. Okay, I see why the internet likes Sydney Grace. I can see why Sydney Grace gets the raves. Because I was blending this out far from a mirror and it still looks beautifully blended. So I'm like the worst person with brows, with both filling them in and also with tweezing them or shaping them. I tweezed my brows like last week and I'm in such a weird mood today, but the tails are just different, and so I originally aimed this wing for like here because I'm thinking, oh, my tail ends there. No bitch, your tail should end down here, so you should aim the wing here. The upper lid portion is done, and we are going to move down to the lid proper. So this was so weird. So I watched 2 videos from 2 different creators back to back, and they both did this shape for a cut crease, and it made me go like, wait, what is going on? Do I need to do that? I'm pretty sure it was Seeking Alexandria and Butte Bean. They both did it, and it just like blew my mind, because why not try? I want to try a traditional cut crease. They emulate the shape that Paige from Seeking Alexandria and Betty Jane from Butte Bean did. So I'm going to start this cut crease the way I've seen people traditionally do it. If you've never seen somebody do a cut crease before, welcome to the internet. The technique that I see people do to get the shape is you put concealer basically across your lash line, and then you look up, and basically that tells you where it will transfer. I'm being really sparing with how much concealer I'm using. And then I'm just kind of patting it to the edge. Let's see if I can do this without looking like a spaz. That was better. This is really hard without like getting straight into the mirror, so excuse me. We did what always seemed like the hardest part with the cut crease. I am going in and slightly correcting my cut crease because I want it to wing out just a bit to follow that wing shape. So the shape that I saw, the first color kind of went like this up to a slant and the other color started. That is my goal. I'm going to go in with Tempest from Sydney Grace, which is a stunning green, and we're just going to start it here and carry it up. I am so happy that this color picks up well on a brush. This would be extremely challenging any other way. I remember both of them kind of bringing the color further along across the top line to really exaggerate that shape. I'm going back in with Tempest, but this time I've wet the brush. It was so funny thinking that the concealer part is the hardest part of the cut crease. Getting the eyeshadow along that cut crease is the hardest part, Emily. That's the hardest part. I feel like for some of the creators that I was watching, their shadow may not have gone as far along, but it definitely had that slant effect. For the outer color, I am definitely using glitter glue. Can I just tell the world how excited I am that pressed multichromes are a thing? Because I remember when Beauty News first got the Dawn Eyes Cosmetics, when they got their loose multichrome pigment, I was completely infatuated. But me and loose pigments just don't mix. I just don't have the patience. Says the person doing a two-tone cut crease. But I don't have the patience for loose pigments. I don't like using a flat brush like this for what I'm doing. I am struggling just a bit with the multichrome, the traditional one. I think my biggest problem is that for the first time working with these, I just picked a shape that's too complex and challenging to really see on my eye. Because what's happening is that the way it catches the light from me here, it's hard for me to actually see what the edge is and like how I'm doing with that. You know, this is fun because I get to try all these techniques that I've seen people do that I never did because I didn't do cut creases. And now I get to try it on my own. like going back in with the darkest matte and intensifying the edge between the two. And this is a good learning lesson because you will get a more obvious and extreme cut crease if your colors are more different in tone or in value. And then just blend, blend, blend. Going in with more glitter glue for the inner corner. I'm dragging the glitter glue onto the matte shadow a little bit. It's time for the color Nerds. I'm pretty excited about this one. This is from the Xploders collection. Oh. So that one is like a blue, yellow, greeny multichrome. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm having a moment. Devinah. That color, that shine, holy shit. I'm also going to give the dark multichrome the benefit of the doubt. I think if you're first using that kind of shadow, don't do anything that's too structured. I would place it somewhere that you can maybe put it down with the brush and then tap on more with your finger, because when you can really buff that in, that one really like shined up. This level of shine in here is like what I want every day. Every day. Cover my bags up with concealer and put a really bright inner corner highlight on, and I am a happy person. Just that transformation, that like finishing touch totally changed where I was at, like emotionally. I'm going to finish the rest of this eye off camera on the back. Okay, this eye isn't done yet, but like, you all can see the difference between these two eyes, right? Like, I was super happy with how the Tempest shade from Sydney Grace behaved on top of the concealer. Holy fucking shit. That shadow on glitter glue, you could see it from outer space. It is so bright. Like, lost for words, complete lost for words, besides like, the fuck? I really wish this formula worked for me. This is a great color, but I had to scrub my waterline so many times. I'm about to scream. Every time I record, there reaches a moment where I have to stop what I'm doing and put away some of the mess. It's usually where I'm like almost done, but I just couldn't bear to put another thing on my small little desk area. Right now it was just all my brushes. By the way, can we just talk about my earrings? I've had these for like over a month now, and I keep meaning to wear them in videos and forget. These are from Nature's Twist. Just have to say, not sponsored. I did buy them. I met Meg, who owns Nature's Twist, at the retreat I went to in Florida, and the jewelry that her and her husband make are it's so gorgeous. So many different crystals and stones and things. I'm not knowledgeable on the ins and outs of crystals in terms of like spirituality and energy, but I've always just been a fan of the more untraditional kind of gemstones and crystals that are out there. Her jewelry is just stunning stuff. It's so me because it's like it's little rainbow like iridescent colors. And anyway, I'm really glad I did this makeup playtime because just feeling a little bit lighter right now. So the other thing I wanted to do to take this look just up one more notch is doing a little highlight layering. So earlier when I did my base makeup, I used a highlighter from Milani, but I also have these beautiful highlighters from LAKEY Beauty, and this green one, which is top 3 favorite highlighter. But I felt like layering up highlight might be a fun way to do the main glow in a more traditional style, and then use the green on like the tops of my cheekbones to really make them pop and to coincide with the eyes. Going in and just doing one dip, and I'm going to focus this right here and here. So it's not a subtle look by any means, but it's slightly more subtle than if I had put this everywhere. I hope you can see why I love this highlight, particularly this placement, because straight on, I don't see that cheek highlight. And then I turn, and you're like, oh, your cheekbones are glowing green. Cool. Are you from Mars? This concept of traditional glow in like the all over highlighty places, and then just a pop of an interesting colorful highlighter is a great way to dip your toes into colorful highlighter. I went through this whole video with these like kind of crusty lips. Great, awesome. I'm sure you all enjoyed that. I am so lazy these days with lips. And that is the finished makeup playtime. Made it. If you made it this far, I give you all of the love in the world and all of the props, because I'm barely here right now. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I do really appreciate every bit of time that you spend with me on the channel. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you real soon. Bye, friends.